For nearly 4 years, we built our lives side by side. Like any couple, we had seasons of joy and periods of struggle, yet I always believed our bond was unbreakable. I was never the type for dramatic gestures or impulsive adventures, but I gave her loyalty, honesty, and stability, convinced those were enough. I devoted myself to my work, planned for our future, and did everything I could to make her feel safe and cherished. Maybe I was wrong to think dependability alone could sustain love. Over the past few months, I began noticing the distance growing between us. Her replies became shorter, her laughter less frequent, and the warmth in her eyes when I came home slowly disappeared. Whenever I asked if something was wrong, she brushed it off with the same words, "I'm just tired." But I knew it wasn't only exhaustion. One evening, I caught her sitting on the couch, her phone glowing in her hands, her face lit up with a rare smile I hadn't seen in weeks. Curious, I asked what had amused her, but she muttered something vague and quickly hid the screen. That night, during dinner, I couldn't hold back any longer. I asked if she still felt the same about us. She sighed, set her fork down, and her words cut straight through me. "You're too predictable," she said. "When I talk to my ex, I feel alive again. With you, it feels like I've already grown old, stuck in routine." I hadn't been ready for that. Out of all the possible flaws she might point out, boring was the one that stung the most. I had sacrificed vacations, late nights, and countless hours to save for our future, believing that being dependable was proof of love. But to her, it was a weakness. I asked if she still loved me. Her silence was the only answer. Then came the confession. She had been talking to him again. Her old flame. The very man she once swore had broken her trust. She said it made her feel alive. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I just sat there, the cold numbness spreading through me. The next morning, I quietly gathered her belongings. No arguments, no pleading, no last-ditch effort to change her mind. I told her simply, "If that's the path you want, take it. I won't stop you." She looked almost surprised at my composure, as if she had expected tears or anger. But I refused to give her that. By noon, she was gone. From the window, I watched her toss her bag into a faded car, the same man from the old photos, the one she once called destructive. And I wondered how long it would take before the spark burned out. Weeks passed. I erased traces of her from the house, returned the things she had left behind, and filled the silence with workouts and late-night runs. Oddly enough, I didn't miss her. I missed the version of her I thought I had, the one I believed valued me. But the real her had left long before she walked out the door. Months later, a message appeared on my phone. "Can we meet?" I hesitated, but curiosity won. We met at a cafe. She looked worn down, not older in age but broken by choices. The brightness in her eyes was gone. She confessed that her ex hadn't changed, still unreliable, still unfaithful, still chaos. At first, he was exciting, but soon the thrill became exhausting. She'd lost her job, moved around constantly, and eventually discovered he was seeing someone else the entire time. She admitted her mistake and asked softly, "Can we try again?" For a moment, a flicker of the past tugged at my chest. But then I remembered the betrayal, the hollow nights, the ache of questioning my worth. I looked at her steadily and said, "No, I'm not dull. I'm just not chaos, and I deserve better." She didn't argue. She only nodded, as if she had already known my answer. I walked out of that cafe lighter than I had felt in years. Letting go wasn't failure, it was freedom. It was the beginning of finding myself again. And that's exactly what I did.